This is like my 10th try at this, and I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what's wrong with me. I can't get the words out. I get belligerent, I go on too long, I have so many other things to talk about that it just all comes out, so I'm going to try to keep this take simple. In Ghost Recon Breakpoint, there are missions that require you to follow a set of instructions to go get a weapon. And really, it's a weapon blueprint. Now, weapon blueprints are something you go back to the hub world to utilize. If you were to get the AK-47 blueprint, you have to then go to the hub world, and then you can build the AK-47 from the blueprint. And the AK-47 you build from the blueprint will always match near your gear level. Your gear level is the average of all of your gear's levels. God, I hate this. So if I was to build an AK-47 from a blueprint that I found at gear level 10, the AK would be around gear level 10. If I come back at gear level 30 and use the blueprint again, the AK would be around gear level 30. So getting these blueprints is quite important because that means that for the rest of the game, you have a weapon that you can re-roll to a higher gear level. That's good. And although I understand that mechanic, this is what I have to say about it. First, allow me to point out what's good about this system. Maybe this is just because I turned off guided mode, but when you have to go get a weapon, you have to follow a set of instructions. Sorry, a weapon blueprint. You have to follow a set of instructions. It might say that the weapon is found southwest from a certain waterfall in a facility. So you look at the facility that's southwest of a waterfall, and you go to that facility, and then you can find the weapon there. Alright, so thank you, Kanye. Very cool. That's an awesome system. If Wildlands would have had that system, I would have not bitched about how easy it is to get all the weapons in Wildlands, because I thought it was too easy, I thought it was too simple, I thought it was lazily laid out. So in Breakpoint, it's more satisfying to find these weapon blueprints because you followed instructions and had to use more than 2 brain cells, which is nice. But on your way there, if you engage in combat several times, you are likely to pick up several weapons. In fact, on my mission to go find an F-2000 blueprint, I found an F-2000 off of an enemy, on top of a sniper rifle that I hadn't used yet, a pistol I hadn't used yet, and a shotgun that I hadn't used yet. Now these aren't blueprints that I found, these are just weapons. I can't re-roll these, and eventually I'll have to leave them in the dust and, dismantle them to upgrade other weapons. But it's the principle of the thing. I mean, really, it's the principle. I'm going to find a blueprint, but on my way there, I find 5 weapons I haven't used before. So what the hell gives? I did a mission that would give me a gun that I didn't have yet. But even though I failed the mission, an enemy during the mission dropped a weapon I hadn't used yet. I didn't get the weapon that the mission was going to offer me, but I got a weapon nonetheless. I'm coining the term doo-doo progression because that's the only way I can describe this. This oversight makes me think that the entire game of Ghost Recon Breakpoint was finished, and then Ubisoft was concerned and had a last-minute crap attack and decided that, well, people might not sit and grind this game all day, so we need to implement a system, a looter-shooter type system. I know, The Division. We already have all those people on staff, so why don't we just get them down here and have them work on the Ghost Recon Breakpoint loot system that needs to be in the game, because otherwise, little Timmy might not come home from school and play for 7 hours to get the weapon he wants. Alright, so maybe I'm being dramatic, but the way I see it is that there was a certain elegant simplicity to Wildlands that I took for granted. There's a weapon, you get the intel, you can go get it. Okay? That's great. If Wildlands had a system where I needed to look at the map, look at landmarks on the map, and use the compass that's attached to the map, and actually see where, follow directions. Like in real life. Follow those directions. If Wildlands made me do that, it would have been so satisfying. Because in Wildlands, when I go to get a Desert Eagle, I don't come across 3 Desert Eagles on my way there. I don't come across 7 guns I've never used before on my way to get the Desert Eagle. And when I open that crate in Wildlands and there's a Desert Eagle inside, I have that Desert Eagle, it's mine! I don't need to re-roll it. All I get to do now is go scavenge for attachments that are compatible with it, upgrade it, play with it, change it, enjoy it. And instead of improving on that type of system, Breakpoint pisses all over it by oversaturating the loot pool. I'm getting so much I don't care about what I'm working towards. Breakpoint is not Borderlands. They're not going to add a gun that shoots exploding teddy bears that runs around when you reload it. It's not going to do that. So there's not going to be a reason for me to cycle through 30 guns and then do a hard mission to get a very special gun. Because it's not a sci-fi game, it's not a fantasy game, it's not a comic book, it's not a fucking weird anime, it's fucking Ghost Recon. It's M4s and AK-47s and MK-14s. You're not gonna get me to bust my balls for an MK-14 when 30,000 MK-14s practically fell from the sky on my way to go get it. It's not exciting. Instead of making the weapons more customizable and more realistic and more believable, instead of giving them more punch and more intrigue, instead of making sure the scopes look really nice and the handling feels good and the reload animations don't look like they were made by a second grader, like, you just decided that you were going to implement the Division's loot system into a game that didn't need it. I'd say you're making this game for people with ADHD, but at the same time, my friend with ADHD doesn't like having 17 guns dropped on him while he's playing Ghost Recon. It's obnoxious, it's annoying. I don't value any of them. I thought that Wildlands was bunk for making it so easy to get them that it wasn't even really a chore, there was no real satisfaction to it. But now, there's such an elegance to, here's the gun, you have the gun, enjoy the gun. Now, microtransactions and post-launch things that Ubisoft did for that game is a whole other topic, I don't want to talk about that. I spent like $40 on things in that game that I really wish that I didn't. I wasn't gambling at least, but still it felt so stupid. I am truly part of the problem. But Ubisoft wants you to spend so much time in the menus, it's embarrassing. Dismantle this weapon, and then upgrade this weapon, and then dismantle this gear, and then also change your aesthetic so you don't have to look silly with all your high-level gear. You go to a different menu on a different sub-menu, and then you change what you actually look like. Like, what the fuck? All of this, but camouflage still doesn't work against NPCs. What the fuck is that? Why can't I use woodland camo to blend in the woods? Why can't I use an Arctic camo to blend in the snow? But instead, I can put on a helmet that has a higher gear level, for whatever goddamn reason, a pair of jeans that has a higher gear level, for whatever reason, and then I go into my actual aesthetics that that change the way I look, and then I put on the clothes that I really want. And then if I want to make my jeans blue, I have to go buy the color blue. Why do I have to buy the color blue to make my jeans blue? Fucking rework your shit. See, I've had so much trouble doing takes on this because I'm so flabbergasted at these design decisions. Like, also, is it really fun to deal with all of this loot and dismantling and upgrading when you also have to worry about survival elements? The survival elements directly, in my opinion, clash with the rest of the game. How much busy work am I gonna have to do? How much time is gonna be spent doing shit I don't want to do? I love to make rations, I love the consumables, I love getting water, I like collecting bandages, I like getting bananas and using them and stuff. I like that. You're also going to give me so many weapons that I don't value them, and I have to keep dismantling them and upgrading the one I want to use, but the one I want to use isn't as good as the one that just dropped from this enemy, so I have to go get the blueprint for the one that I want to use so I can keep re-rolling it, but on my way there I'm gonna get 7 more weapons, and which one of those do I like better? I can't believe there was a time that I thought Wildlands needed random loot drops. No. Wildlands didn't need random loot drops. I can't even believe I said that back in the day. You know what Wildlands needs? You know what it needed? It needed immersion. It needed campsites and water and stamina. It needed the ability to roll down a hill because you were too fast. It needed the ability to make rations so that you can feed yourself. So you don't feel like an invincible super soldier running through Bolivia shooting every which thing that moves. Making the game feel the opposite of tactical unless you crank up the difficulty and then the enemies are just aimbotting you constantly across the map with fucking Mach 10s. So the difficulty scaling is dumb. But so many of the things I just described are in Breakpoint, but Breakpoint decided that it wasn't enough to be more immersive or survival-oriented to make you think more. It needs drones, it needs robots, it needs a loot system that doesn't make sense and doesn't mesh with the rest of the gameplay. It's so obnoxious doing a stealth mission, trying to sneak in, enemy drops a piece of rare loot right in front of me, and I'm like, ooh, better grab this. It takes me out of the moment. I'm no longer a stealthy operative in a foreign land behind enemy lines. I am Looter McShooter Man. I don't know. See, I have trouble talking about this. And now I am Looter McShooter Man should be a quote underneath a picture of my face. You're not Division. Wildlands was the game for people that didn't like the Division. Fuck. Like, somehow Far Cry 5 is more believable satisfying, and immersive than Breakpoint, and I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth right now. But I also want to make this incredibly clear to everyone watching. Don't let anyone ruin your fun on this game. Some people have been craving a game that's like The Division but isn't The Division. It's more realistic, faster time to kill. It's not like an RPG, but it's kind of like an RPG. Some people have been craving that for a very long time. Don't let me ruin your fun. Don't let somebody in a comment section who has claimed to serve 3 tours in Afghanistan ruin your fun. Don't let anybody ruin your fun. If your parents don't like the game, some idiot on the internet like myself doesn't like the game, don't let it ruin your fun. I'm just flabbergasted because this is not at all what I expect from this series, from this particular product, and now I'm just gonna end the video. We've gone past 10 minutes and I've gone belligerent. Go back. Just do me a favor. I don't just want extra watch time. I want you to just really see. Go back. How calm did I start this video? How calm? It was damn near melatonin levels of sleep inducing. I talk about it and I get actually angry. I would... Goodbye. I'll see you when I see you. I have nothing left to say. This is dumb. This is fucking dumb. God, I'm waiting for this game to go on sale. The more I talk about this system, the more I just want the game to fucking go on sale. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you when I see you.